Hey guys, I guess I'm back with another MVM video. So, let me preface this by saying, so what has it been, like 2 years since we uploaded a video? So, right now, I'm currently in college, so I'm in my freshman year, so I just finished my first semester. I'm on winter break right now, so I just kind of got some motivation. I decided, hey, I kind of want to maybe get back into building some mocks again for a bit, so I decided I'm gonna start building a new one. And so, where I'm gonna go with this series that I'm starting back up again, I'm not entirely sure. So, I decided I'm gonna make like a larger mock. So, I might do a few weekly segments while I'm here and before I go back out to my dorm again. So, I'm not really sure how much I'll end up building, but we'll see. Hopefully this will end up turning out well. And if it does, then I might end up posting this. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna scrap it. So yeah, let's just get into it. All right. So what am I building today? So decided I'm going to start building a 2 gray base plate and 3 green base plate Endor mock. So this is going to most likely be, so it's an entirely new design. It's not based directly off of anything, but I think I will probably be getting inspiration from the Battlefront 1 and 2 games, probably mostly the second one, but we'll see. Obviously, since it's an Endor mock, it will be Rebels and Stormtroopers. I might change it halfway or change it to an entirely different planet altogether. I really don't know. Right now, I'm planning on this being an Endor mock, but we'll see if it stays like that for the future. So I always wanted to do like a really large Endor mock, and so that's why I've done, I don't know if they're all uploaded on this channel, but I've done a bunch of Endor mocks, like maybe like 5 or 6 on just Endor specifically, because I know that eventually I want to do like a really large scale Endor mock, and so I'm just sort of working on some smaller ones before I do that eventually. And so right now, this one's going to be, it's not the largest one I've made, but hopefully it'll be the best. Alright, let's take a look at the plans. So I have like a rough outline of my plans so far, so let me see if you guys can see that. Basically, we got the 2 gray base plates, and then we got the 3 green base plates. I know it's not to scale, it's like a really rough outline. I don't usually make super detailed plans for these things. So, basically, I'm kind of basing this sort of off of like a scene you might see in Battlefront 2 or 1. The new ones, not the old ones. And so basically what we're going to have is there's going to be a water line here, which will probably go across to, I'm thinking here, that like it'll probably go to this black piece right here, and then actually I'm gonna have to move everything back. No, we'll keep it there. So it was here before, so it'll probably go to about here, and then so basically that we got a sort of thin shoreline here before we get to some rocks, and that'll be, here, let me move this. That'll be this piece right here. So that's there, and then as you can see, we have the first rock line. So this is going to be a set of rock. It's not really like a cliff or anything. It's probably going to be about like maybe twice minifigure height, or like somewhere around there. So it's not gonna be super tall, but it'll be fairly tall, I guess. Not cliff size though. So then we got this second set of rocks right here that's going to go along up to there. That's going to be an actual cliff, so that'll be pretty tall. And so it's going to sort of blend in. So right off the edge of this rockwork on this side, it's just going to keep going up into a full cliff, and then sort of curve around here through here. This is going to be like a trench sort of here, tunnel. And the rockwork's going to keep going over here all the way to there. And then right here, you guys can see this little sketch right here. This is going to be a bunker door. So I'm going to have a bunker door here, and then I'm going to have a hallway into here that can go to here, sort of. And I might add lights in there, so might not. Really depends on how well I can pull that off. We'll see. I don't know like really if I can fit a whole battery box in there to set the lights up. We'll see. I kind of want to. So if I can get that done, I definitely will try. But don't get your hopes up. And then next we will have just a boulder here. So that I have no idea how I'm gonna make that. I want to try something new with that, with some techniques for rock work. This entire build, I want to try really expand the way I do rock work. To I don't know if you've seen all my other ones. It's pretty much all just slopes, using slopes and snot. I want to try and add some plates in there and maybe add some slopes that are angled at non 90-degree angles. So give it a bit more curvature and just make it look more realistic, in my opinion. So I might try that. And then this here, it's going to be a log. There's going to be a log here too. And then these are going to be like not boulders, but like more stones that just come out of the water a little bit. So they're not going to be as tall as this one. In fact, they won't be very tall at all. It's going to look like just little pebbles that the water's sort of going around. And then yeah, I think that's about it. Then we'll have, I don't know what I'm going to do with this space yet, but I will probably tell you guys in for later episodes once I get there. I'm thinking either like some sort of Imperial like platform or something with supplies, or it's just going to be like a clearing sort of, because the problem with, I was thinking about adding trees here initially, but the problem with that is then when I'm taking pictures of it and all that, the bunker's going to be hidden by a bunch of trees and I don't want that. So this spot is probably going to have to be relatively clear. I'll have like a big tree here and maybe here, but other than that, this is going to be clear so I can like see into the bunker. And then so maybe I could have a landing pad with lights, I don't know, or some sort of pad, I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, just leave them in the comments. Really not sure what to do with that space. But then we'll have, over here it's going to be more of an actual like thick forested area, so there'll be more trees here and then the boulder. And so like this side will be more forest, this will be more part of this little base here. And so yeah, I think that's all we've got for the plans. I think I'm just going to start building like a basic outline on the mock. So yeah, let's get to that. Alright, so we've gotten a basic outline done, so I'm pretty much, I think, done with like the basic shoreline now. And actually it took me a lot longer than I thought it would to just do the shoreline. And then not only that, so it's been like 2 days since I started the shoreline, so not only did I have to deal with doing the shoreline, I also reorganized like this entire like half of my room, because this mock was like, it was going to be too big and it was going to be a lot of I was going to have a lot of problems getting to like the back of the mock. I could already barely reach up to like the container, so I ended up spending like 4 to 5 hours just reorganizing my entire sort of setup here. So I'll show you guys that in a second. So I used to sort of have it against that like back wall back there. You guys can see it, yeah. And so now I sort of moved the 2 tables I'm building this mock on out. So I'll show that. I'll show a bit of the progress. We'll see. I might get a bit more done this week. Might start the rock work or like finish up the shoreline at least. But other than that, I think that's really all I'm going to be able to get done this week. So let me show you guys what I've just changed, I guess, about the setup. And I'll show you guys a bit more of the progress from a more top-down view where you can really see it. So let's do that. Alright guys, so here's sort of all the progress that we got done this week. I don't really know which angle I can really show this from. I've been like looking around to try and find the best angle to really show the detail from. I can't really find it. I might have to like adjust the way I built this just a bit just to make sure this sort of works better. But like, you can really, I guess you can see a bit of the detail I did in here. So I did a lot of like, there's a lot of layering here. It's just hard to see. So I might adjust it a bit. We'll see. Oh, well, here, I guess you could see it a bit more here. It's really, there's not really much to look at. It's just like a bunch of 1x1 clear plates stacked on a bunch of other plates. So I'll show you guys quickly what I did to change the room. But other than that, I think we'll just start getting to more building after that. Alrighty, so basically, as you guys can see, what I did was I just took 2 tables out from the back, and now they're just in the middle here. So now I've got an easy way to sort of get around the entire setup, which is going to be really nice. So now I can get to the back, which is something I couldn't do before, so hopefully that'll definitely help once we get to the latter parts of the videos. Or not the videos, sorry, the mocks. Alrighty, before we get into the next part, I think we're going to start on the shoreline and the rock work, so same thing I said earlier, I just need to find where I left the plans. I guess I moved them around and kind of lost them, so let me go find those real quick. Okay, we got the plans now. Alright, so let's take a look at this. So, focus on this please, camera. So basically we've done up to about this point. It's unfinished. It's not entirely complete. Like I'd say this is about 90% complete. Like there still has to be, actually probably more like 75. Because I still got to finish all like little rocks that are going to be like there. There's going to like, so where I left like the gray patches, like you can see it there and then you can see it here. I gotta focus on this please. Okay. And then there's a third one over here. I'm probably gonna put rocks in all those spots. And then I gotta add like, gotta add a log here. And then this shoreline right now, it's all completely flat. I actually am pretty close to running out of the 1x1 plates. And right now I'm not really feeling like, I don't think I'll be able to buy any right now. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna do there. And then, but after that, we need to really start working the shoreline. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to like sort of seamlessly flow the water into the shoreline. I might put like wedges on top of the water. The only problem I'm having right now is figuring out like how I'm gonna do it, because like the water hits the shoreline at different levels. Like this goes up by several studs from left to right. Or let me zoom out so you guys can see what I'm saying. So like from left to right, it'll sort of go up by like, how many studs does it go up by? 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so the right side is a whole brick higher than the left, so we need to deal with that, and the fact that it's uneven, like there's like different levels between each stud, so I need to figure that out. But once I have an idea, I think I'm just gonna cut to a time lapse of me working on the shoreline, so let's do that. Alright guys, so I think that's about gonna wrap up week 1. So I think you guys just saw that pretty big time lapse right there. I got done way more than I thought I was going to. I'm really pleased with that, and honestly I think that so far what I've got done, I'll show in a second, but I think it's turned out really well. Like, definitely on course to be the best Endor mock I've ever done. We'll see if it stays that way, but I definitely like what we've got so far. So let me see if I can cut to show a bit of the progress here. Alright, so as you guys can see, we got a lot of like rock part done, which is really nice. Doesn't look that flattering from this angle. I'll try and find an angle that you guys can like get a better view of it. I think if I move over here a bit. Alright, so I just decided to take it off the tripod, but as you can see here, got quite a bit of the rock work done here. I think it looks really nice so far. Let me see if I can step back a bit and so you guys can see it better. Actually, I just need to zoom out, don't I? Yeah, so that's about as much as we got done. I don't know, like, it looks better in person right now than I think it does on camera. But I think once it gets bigger, it'll really start to come together and you guys will see it. So instead of what I normally do, I used an entirely new rock technique for me, which is really nice. I think it's working out well. It's just like putting down plates and then putting the slopes on those. So it's entirely snot that way. Instead of my usual just stacking up slopes and the modified 1x1s to put the slopes on the side. But so I think this is turning out really nice. Like, I really like the way that turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should I keep this design or should I do my original design? I probably will end up either doing this design or a modified version of this design, so I might change it a bit, but I think this is what I'm going to end up going with. Most likely, unless somebody else has a better idea, then I also might try those. I'm open to that. And then outside of the rock work, what we got done was actually the terrain. We got a bit of the shoreline done. So I don't know if this was on the video or earlier in the video, but basically this rock work piece is supposed to extend out to the water, and then this one will not. This one will start like way back here. That'll be interesting to add a little bit of depth there. So this one, well, this one like starts here. This one will start like, this green is going to be grass. And so it'll probably be like right around here. So the end of the grass, there might be like a few more studs out back, but basically it'll start there and then it'll go into the little trench here. I'm starting to notice that I might have wanted to go a bit bigger with, instead of 3 greens, just do 4 grays total. But I think this will be good for now. I'm not really sure how many pieces I have, and right now I'm not really in a position where I'm going to be able to buy much for this mock, so I'm hoping to go with all the parts I have. And then if there's a little bit of small things that I need to add later on, towards the end, then I'll do that. But I'm hoping that most of this will just come from my own parts collection, so that's why I didn't go with like 4 grays, or ideally if I could, like, I'd go with 6, but I probably wouldn't be able to do something like that for like 5 or 6 months, so that's what we got this. But so, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I think it's coming together great, so next week I'm going to try and finish this like shoreline area here, finish that off, and then start the other wall, or rock, cliff, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I think that's what we'll do next time, so I will see you guys next week.